Hi folks, G3 here. In today's Eco News, BP scales back climate goals as profits more than double to £23 billion. The London ultra-low emission zone succeeded in reducing harmful air pollutants, and wood-burning air pollution in the UK has more than doubled in a decade. Right, let's get on with that news. Okay, first up this week, it's an article from The Guardian, and this is dated 7th of February, and it's that BP scales back climate goals as profits more than double to £23 billion. Now, the oil and gas giant has cut its emissions pledge and plans a greater production of oil and gas over the next 7 years compared with previous targets. Now, Greenpeace UK's head of climate justice said BP is yet another fossil fuel giant mining gold out of the vast suffering caused by the climate and energy crisis. What's worse, their green plans seem to have been strongly undermined by pressure from investors and governments to make even more dirty money out of oil and gas. This is precisely why we need governments to intervene to change the rules. Now, BP's chief executive, Bernard Looney, said he would not be surprised if its UK tax bill surpassed $3 billion in 2023, adding that for every £4 the company made in the North Sea, it paid £3 in taxes. Now, the introduction last year of the windfall tax on North Sea oil and gas firms followed comments by Looney, in which he likened the company to a cash machine and admitted the levy would not prevent it making any planned investments. Looney announced that BP expected the carbon emissions from its oil and gas production would fall by between 20 and 30% by 2030 when compared with 2019, but their previous target had been a 35 to 40% drop in emissions. So their target, they've given a range of between 20 and 30%. Now, chances are, knowing them, it's going to be 20%, which means it's roughly going to be half of what they originally said. So that's a huge drop despite their profits going up. Now, that's hardly a surprise, really, is it? I mean, how can we trust any of these oil and gas companies that have been raking in huge profits for years and not caring about the destruction they're causing? We really shouldn't be surprised, but there we go. That's BP for you. Okay, next up, it's a little bit of positive news from EcoWatch, and it's a report that London's ultra-low emission zone has succeeded in curbing harmful air pollution. This article is from mid-February. Now, in 2019, London Mayor Sadiq Khan established the world's first 24-hour ultra-low emission zone in central London to protect the city's residents from deadly air pollution. This zone imposed £12.50 fines on vehicles whose emissions exceeded certain standards. 2 years later, Khan expanded the zone to include inner London within the boundaries of the North and South Circular Roads. And now, a new peer-reviewed report from the Mayor's office finds the policy has paid off months before Khan plans to expand it once again. Among its key findings, the report revealed that the number of older, highly polluting, non-compliant vehicles in the zone fell by nearly 60% since the zone was expanded, that nitrogen oxide emissions fell by 23% across all of London since 2019, not just within the ULEZ zone, where it actually fell by 26%. Now, fine particulate matter, which is PM2.5 emissions, they fell by 7% over the whole of London, even more if you look at just the ULEZ zone itself. And carbon dioxide emissions fell by 3% across all of London and 4% within the zone. Now, they noted that the zone is not the only thing that has helped reduce pollution, because vehicles are also becoming cleaner in general, so that has helped contribute to it. Sadiq Khan has announced plans to expand the ULEZ to cover all London boroughs by August the 29th, 2023. So that's great news. The zone is working. It is bringing down the various levels of pollution and making the air less toxic to residents of London, which is great news. Finally, this week, it's an article from The Guardian, and this is from mid-February, and it's saying that wood-burning air pollution in the UK has doubled in a decade. It states that emissions of toxic air pollution from wood burning in UK homes has more than doubled in the past decade, according to official government statistics. The report also showed that solid fuel burning in homes, which includes a small proportion of coal, is the single biggest source of PM2.5 pollution, which refers to particulate matter that is smaller than 2.5 microns in size. The government report said Due to the small size of many of the particles that form particulate matter, some of these toxins may enter the bloodstream and be transported around the body, lodging in the heart, brain, and other organs. Therefore, exposure to PM can result in serious impacts to health. Now, the rise in emissions from wood burners and biomass burning has offset the reductions seen from the virtual end of coal burning in power stations and tighter emission standards for vehicles and factories, according to this government data. So PM 2.5 levels have remained the same for the last 10 years. The data shows that home wood burning causes 21% of PM 2.5 emissions in the UK, and that it rose by 124% between 2011 and 2021. Ross Matthewman, head of policy and campaigns at the Chartered Institute of Environmental Health, said the increase in PM 2.5 from domestic wood burning is a worrying trend that cannot continue if we are serious about protecting both the environment and public health. Now is the time for the UK government to regulate the sale and use of domestic solid wood burners in urban areas where there are on-grid heating alternatives. Even government-approved eco wood burners produce 450 times more pollution than gas heating, according to a report by the Chief Medical Officer for England. The dangers posed by wood burners in urban areas have become increasingly clear in recent years. Emissions from wood burners result in almost £1 billion in health costs a year and are responsible for nearly half the cancer risk caused by urban air pollution. The government recently encouraged councils to use their powers to issue householders with £300 on-the-spot fines for flouting air pollution rules by burning logs at home. However, English councils have issued only 17 fines over 6 years, despite more than 18,000 complaints, as it's difficult and expensive to prove guilt. Well, it's really noticeable here in Dover when we're outside that some of our neighbours have wood-burning stoves because we can smell the smoke drifting over. It's concerning that wood-burning stoves are still allowed in areas where there are more than suitable alternatives for heating homes. It's clear that the increase in wood-burning stoves is contributing to worse air quality for everyone else in the area, so it really does need legislation from the government to start clamping down on this and reduce this additional pollution that is occurring. Well, there you go, folks. That was today's Eco News. If you enjoyed it, then please click the like button down below. Up next, we got this video for you that we might think you might find useful. And if you haven't done so already, then why not subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you get notified when I load up a new video. Well, thanks for watching, folks. Until next time, bye.